Get ready to go live. Check the volume. Alright, it's fine. Hello everyone, Bubble Ninja 720 here, bringing you part 116 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. Alright, it's the day after Christmas. I hope everyone has had a happy holiday no matter what denomination you celebrate for the season. Safe and happy times, everyone. Joyous times. Alright, so I did a little bit of working around. So this is the basement. This is where I have my little desk for my little things. And I got my tomes over here. And I got some stuff. And a little bit of my riches and my NPCs. I got my little MGP counter over here for Cuffker. Got my throne. My little table with the mat. Got a mannequin. I got a few other goodies down here. So this is going to be like my little treasure trove. My little Tomberry lamp that guards it. This will be the living area. So we got like a little bit of dishware here. This is going to be like kind of like a dining receiving area. The kitchen. It's not quite ready yet. Still got to get the little cheese shelf. This would be like the living area. So my idea is I'm gonna have like a phasmoscape here of like the moon or something. I'm gonna put one of those raging vortex chairs right underneath the staircase. I got my little maid servant welcome me to my bedroom. So I got my little carbuncle slippies on my dresser. I got my little mannequin for my Halloween costume. I might change that up and put the Halloween costume downstairs and put that as like my normal casual wear. There's my little unending journey as I'm watching my or reading my memoirs. I can look out the window, and when I finally make a bed, it's gonna be right here. Got my little bookcase, got my clock, and then in here is the bathroom. Once I get some other things, it's gonna have some flowing water for a sink, and there's my tub. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be for now. Not too shabby. Might even put a little like loft situation going. Outside still looks the same. Not much difference. I did put my very, very woefully sparse amount of Christmas decorations out. Lefty is still has an unkempt area because, you know, he did never in it. Alright, we are going to do the Summoner and Scholar storylines. Because I need to get some extra skills, and Summoner and Scholar, since they level at the same time, they're both up to 62. Holy Jesus, that is a very sparsely dressed Rogadin. Oh man, excuse me. Didn't mean to make that noise. Kevin's turn will be coming up soon, on the 31st. The New Year's event. At least you're not getting another Kabuto, but at the same time it's kind of meh on the rewards. Talk with Jonathan right now. I got more achievement points. I got 3 achievement points. See if I've got everything now. Well, looks like I got everything, so I don't have to worry about it for now. Ymitra. Austerities of Earth. Titan's essence infuses your aura, hero. I foresee no further obstacles preventing us from attempting the next ritual. Shall we proceed with the austerities of Earth? I have every confidence that you will succeed in binding Titan Eggy to your will. According to my research, the most suitable location for the ritual is a place found in the southwest of Alder Springs in the North Shroud. A heretofore buried lair of ancient rock exposed by the violent upheavals of the Calamity has lent the surrounding area an overwhelming earthen aspect. The conditions will be perfect. I will await you at our destination, hero. Cool. North Shroud. Fall Guard float. I gotta summon my carbuncle because I'm gonna need him. Carbunky! It was a North Shroud, right? Okay, cool. No. Forget about it. Forget about it. Oh, you're gonna gate me. The ritual you are about to perform is essentially no different from the austerities of flame. Instead of fire, however, you'll be concentrating on shifting your etheric balance towards the spectrum of earth. Once you have achieved the required state of earth and affinity, the primal's captured essence will tumble forth and coalesce into the stormy form of Titanegi. Stony form. As before, you must demonstrate unflinching authority if you would convince the newborn avatar to heed your commands. Let us begin. Yes, I'm gonna get squished down to 39. Yay. Fun stuff. Allies of Earth, where? Oh, there it is. Yay, I took down the Titanegi. I now have a second Eggy. Oh, well done, hero. Ouch. I come in search of Alagon relics, and what do I find but a pair of incompetent dabblers? By what jest of fate did you chance across such undeserved power? And who might you be, sir, to so boldly question our accomplishments? If you have indeed unlocked the secrets of summoning, then you must be in possession of the very treasure I seek. How terribly convenient. I need only slay you both and take what I need from your bloody corpses. What are you summoning? Gods below, a summoner, but how? Cease your infantile prattle. The continuation of my divine work far outweighs the worth of your pitiful lives. Cool. I get to use my newfound powers, probably. Hopefully everything is reset. Oh, you started me off with an explosive. Now the question is, do I go after the summoner first, or do I go after him? Oh, so she knocked him out. Cool. Why do you struggle so? Your unwillingness to accept oblivion but delays the inevitable. Heed me, Avatar of Infernal Flame. Incinerate these fools with an all-consuming hellfire. What? Feel nature's fury, you vile blackguard. I tire of this childish game. Thank your gods for granting you another day of miserable existence. He's gone. What a decidedly unpleasant fellow. You learn how to summon Titan Heki. Yay! Well, I suggest we turn to Abkalu Falls. I have no desire to linger here and chance another encounter with whomever that deranged mage was. Whoosh. I don't feel like burning through all of my... Oof, my inventory is absolute garbage right now. Don't mind the clutter. I need the next one to be the austerities of wind. So I can get Garuda Eggy. And then I'll be able to have all the summons. I've been dabbling around with Summoner in Eureka on my main. And it's so much fun. I got my relic weapon for the Eureka for Summoner, and it's just so much fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. So powerful. Still use Warrior when I'm soloing, but when I'm in raids, oh, blowing it up. Speaking of which, I should probably check and see if they have a any raids set up for like tonight or tomorrow. I got some free time. I must say I did not expect to meet another practitioner of the summoning arts. And I also did not expect to be suddenly fighting for my life. What precious treasure do we carry that this callous stranger was so willing to kill us to possess it? Such mysteries aside, I am most glad you were able to secure Titan Eggy before the summoner decided to unleash his fiery avatar. Without its protection, I doubt we would have survived that conflagration. The Eggy of Earth, as was so aptly demonstrated, is not a force to be trifled with. You should certainly take the time to explore its capabilities as well as its limitations. Be careful, however, not to neglect other magics at your disposal. Meanwhile, I shall confer with my colleagues and the Sons of St. Koinok and see what I might learn of that hostile summoner. We shall meet anon. Yay, Titan Eggy. I need socks. 2 of them. My footsies are cold. Yay, new summoning spell. An extra Arcanist. XPs. Pain Flare. Deals unexpected damage to the potency of 150 to target and all enemies near it for Aether Flow. How fared you with your training, hero? For my part, I had some success in uncovering the identity of our mystery attacker. We knew that our assailant was capable of summoning Ifrit, so I perused the records of past expeditions for those who claimed to have triumphed against the Lord of the Inferno. Of these victorious primal hunters, there were 8 names listed as present whereabouts unknown. After eliminating unlikely candidates based on race and gender, I was left with but a single name, Tristan. Assuming the records are accurate, this hero was once registered as a soldier in the Immortal Flames. As to how the man came by his skills as a summoner or why he sought to kill us, however, I remain woefully ignorant. Nevertheless, I have witnessed him use the art of summoning for casual brutality, and that I cannot countenance. This power should never be employed for the sake of tyranny or personal gain. It was meant to oppose such evils. It is our responsibility to bring this Tristan to justice. Should we stand idle, his reprehensible actions could very well stain the good name of future summoners who have yet to answer their calling. The art itself could be outlawed, the very mention of it, taboo. Now, through my inquiries, I was able to determine that a war comrade from Tristan's days in the military resides in Little Alamigo. I ask that you pay a visit to this former soldier and learn what he knows of our callous villain. Sweet. Little Alamigo, one of the most destitute of areas in A Realm Reborn. I need a swig of drink while we're teleporting. Juice. Love it. Once we get through the Arcana stuff, we're gonna run around and go do this Scholar stuff too. That'll get me a bunch of XPs, and then I'll be able to get some other unlocks. Well, seems like Tristan wasn't telling tall tales after all. He said I could expect some primal adult sod to show up and start asking questions. Why don't you stay here and play with some friends of mine? I have a message to deliver. He's all yours, ladies. You're dead. Well, I do this. So they dropped some kill? Interesting. I gotta go back to Apkaloo Falls. That was quick. Ooh, something popped up. My Ruin 4 activated. You know what? I don't have my Santa outfit on, but I can go and put it on. Yeah, I'll have it on for Scholar. You were set upon. The fiend is one step ahead of us. I'd wager 10 years of dig site findings that Tristan warned his old allies long before you set foot in that settlement. They thought you one of the tempered, immortal, enthralled to a primal's will. In addition to being ruthless, it appears that our opponent is highly intelligent, and not quite as deranged as I first assumed. Such a level of planning hints at the existence of some greater scheme, but that is still all we know. For the moment, we must be content with the knowledge that he perceives us as a threat and is aware of our efforts to track him. Speaking of which, you did exceedingly well to survive the trap into which I blithely sent you. I must apologize for my carelessness. I would not underestimate this man again. On a happier note, however, my efforts to decipher the Alagon text proceed apace. Here, you must read this. With your skills already tried and tested against the Eggy, you should have little difficulty in mastering a secondary summoning technique such as this. Let us put this day's disaster behind us and focus on the wonders that lie ahead. Easy for you to say. You weren't the one that was set into a trap. Yay, give me that spell. Pain Flare is a thing that takes Aether Flow. We're going to put it in the grouping of the ranged spells. Alagon Attire. Greetings, hero. Though it is good to see you, I'm afraid I have yet to ascertain Tristan's ultimate objective. I only know that he is cunning and brutal and will stop at nothing to achieve his purpose. As matters stand, we but chase after this man's shadow. Such a straightforward pursuit will, I believe, leave us ever one step behind. Our sole advantage is the treasure we possess that Tristan appears to covet. Eventually, his desire will bring him to us. Where and when Tristan will strike, I cannot say, but it is unlikely to be on a field of our choosing. I suggest we prepare for this inevitable conflict as best we may. As fortune would have it, the ruins of Mordona may have provided us with a new source of strength. Word among the sons is that a set of evokers' attire has been unearthed. Made during the reign of the Algon Empire, these enchanted garments were sewn for the exclusive use of summoners. I can only imagine the degree to which they will enhance your already impressive powers. The man supervising the excavation efforts at St. Coinox Find, Rambros, is a dear friend of mine. In light of our circumstances, I am certain that he will consent to a request that you be allowed to don the attire. Shall we pay him a visit? So I gotta go to Mordona now. There. Ah, Mitra. I suspected you would make an appearance before long, and I presume this fine gentleman is the new summoner I've heard so much about. Yes, hopefully the first of many. Now pray tell me, Rambros, has the discovery of Alagon made evoker's attire been confirmed? It has, truly an historical find. Then I would ask a boon of you, my friend. Do you recall the predicament of which I spoke? Our chances of survival would be greatly improved if you would consider allowing Hero to wear the Alagon garments. Huh. Well, he is a summoner after all, and I must confess to no small degree of scholarly curiosity as to the effect the attire will have on one with the appropriate training. These finds are, however, the result of much sweat and even a few tears on the part of our excavation team. It is a frustrating task at times, and I fear they will be loath to part with the garments without some measure of recompense for their efforts. Allow me, though, to offer a solution. Metallic monstrosities of Algon construction, known as mirror knights, have risen from the dig sites scattered across Mordona. Needless to say, they pose a dangerous threat to our excavators. I suggest you speak with my 3 field researchers and dispose of any such nasty hindrances to their work. I dare say they will then gladly surrender the pieces of the attire they hold. Once I have confirmed our dig site suitably empty of armored horrors, I will see you rewarded with the garment that I myself recovered from the ruins. Sweet. A mirror knight lurks just over yonder. I can scarce think straight with that thing wandering about. Oh gods, it approaches. Boom. Whew, you have my thanks. Now I might finally be able to concentrate on my tasks. If I'm not mistaken, you were in search of the evoker's attire. I have one of its wondrous pieces right here. You are most welcome to it. Cool, I got the pants, and I'm low on bag space. Crap. Crap baskets. Helmet, a chest piece, the gloves will be one problem. It'll all be 1, 2, 3. I got 3 slots left. That should be just enough, maybe. I hope, I pray. I got room in here, so we're gonna empty out some space. We'll do that. That gives me more space to work with. Praise the gods, Rambo said an adventure would be long. Please, you must destroy the horde construction. Calm down, man. You're too tense. Thank you for eliminating the source of my recent nightmares. I do not ordinarily stutter so, you see, but abject terror has that effect on folk. Now I hear from Ymitra that you have need of this Algon garment. I should be glad to see it put to practical use rather than shut away in some dusty vault. Mirror Knights, yes, they have become quite bothersome. I would be most appreciative were you to eliminate that creaking pest that has been plaguing me of late. Ruin 4 is so good. Fascinating. I never thought I would be fortunate enough to observe a conflict against an Algon construction at such close quarters. This has been a deeply enriching experience. If the price is to be my piece of the Evoker's attire, then so be it. Helmet. Oh, thigh boots. So the helmet would be dropped as soon as I close this up, I think. Ah, the champion of my researchers returns. With the ruins now free of Mirror Knights, the excavations can proceed at a far more satisfying pace. Trembling in fear of one's life makes it astonishingly difficult to handle ancient artifacts that have a tendency to crumble into dust. You have performed a valuable duty for us, hero. As promised, you shall have the summoner's garment uncovered by my own hand as your reward. Ah yes, Yamatura has mentioned she would await you at Apakalu Falls. It seems there was no doubt in her mind that you would succeed here. And I got the helmet from him. Porting back now. Of course, it doesn't give me a lot of XP, but every little bit helps to get me there. Although, since I'm 62 now, this ring is useless to me. It only works below 60. So this was how the summoners of old were clad. Well, more or less, it is unfortunate that the ruins have yet to surrender the final pieces to the suns. These garments, aside from the coloring, they are identical to the garb Tristan wore. He will find no edge against you through his equipment. When next you face the murderous cad, victory will be decided purely by who is the more talented summoner. To that end, it is time you drew on your experience of defeating the primal Garuda. Yes, her aura of fickle violence is palpable upon you. It is daunting to imagine an Eggy born of the Lady of the Vortex. Such unpredictable ferocity should serve you well. I will search for a suitably airy location in which to perform the austerities of wind. You, my dear summoner, must needs prepare yourself body and mind for the trials ahead. I shall be waiting. Summon Garuda. I sense Garuda's restless essence railing within the confines of your etheric channels. It is time we granted it release with the austerities of wind. Thankfully, I already have in mind a location that well suits our elemental purposes. You are familiar with the floating city of Nim in outer Lanosha. As you might imagine, the aspect of wind is entirely dominant in the area of those suspended isles. Pray make your way there as soon as you feel prepared. I am quite excited to see this new Eggy. Right back out. Ah, Ozma. Shall we begin? I assume that as this is your third such experience, you have by now grown familiar with the steps of the ritual. Thus, as before, I would have you concentrate on shifting your etheric balance. Imagine the energy within you howling through your veins in an incessant gale of screeching wrath. Garuda's essence will be only too eager to harness those raging currents and shape them into a worldly avatar. Once Garuda Eggy has appeared, it falls to you to tame its fury. 49 is now where I'm capped. Almost a full 20 levels below where I'm at. Boop. Oh shit. I gotta destroy the plumes. I did that way too early. I can just do this. Done. I did goof a little bit there because I reactivated my stuff without using it all, my summons, but it happens. Tristan's gonna show up again, I guarantee it. Nope. Maybe not. Thought he would. Masterfully done, hero. Garuda Egi's power is now yours to wield. Your aptitude for the art of summoning has exceeded my highest expectations. I honestly could not have found a more valuable partner for my research. Let us return to Apkulu Falls. I am sure you must be exhausted after this ordeal. Ooh, I'm gonna need to start farming some hunts soon again. Getting a little low on 8th rate tickets. And yes, I still have over 120, but I'm used to being at like cap 999. I haven't paid for ports in years. Years, I tell you. I really wish I could get the presents and a Christmas tree housing stuff without having to pay real money for it. With the addition of Garuda Egi, you now command 3 powerful avatars. As you have no doubt realized, however, each of these entities has a particular role in which it excels. For Garuda Egi, that role is unleashing magic to strike down distant foes. I must admit to feel equal parts joy and apprehension at how faithfully the summoned being displays the original Primal's volatile disposition. Experiment with your Egi allies, and the most effective use of their individual abilities will soon become clear. With such mastery of the art at your disposal, I shall almost pity Tristan when next he chooses to confront you. Before that time comes, however, I will endeavor to pierce the mystery of his motivations. May your discoveries bring your new confidence, hero. Sweet. Give me that. Sorry about that. Primal Burdens. Ooh, and Kindle. Cool. Hero, there's been a terrible incident. My poor colleagues at the St. Quinox Fine murdered. The reports are confused, but they all mention the same black-robed attacker. You know as well as I do that Tristan is behind this massacre. He has indeed grown bold or desperate to commit such a brazen act. We should set off to Mordona at once and speak with any survivors. Maybe that we can glean some idea of what that cold-hearted monster was after, or where he might strike next. We must stop him, hero. He wanted a chess piece. The only piece that I don't have. If there is time after knocking out up till level 60 on both stories, I'll do a little bit of the main story quest. Right now I just want to catch these up, because as you can see, I'm woefully low on my, Can I descent these? You cannot. I think you can put them in the glamour chest, though. Yes, I'm absolutely certain it was the same Dark Summoner whom Mitra described to us. We were celebrating a recent find, the Soul Crystal of an Algon Summoner, when a man in black robes suddenly appeared and demanded we surrender the gem. Naturally, we objected to his arrogant imposition, but he simply sneered at our refusal. The next moment, the world exploded into flame. Through a haze of agony, I saw him snatch up the Soul Crystal from a smoldering body and stride off toward the singing shards. That bastard slaughtered my friends. There was no warning, no negotiation. If the gods grant you the chance to exact vengeance, then I pray you show him the same mercy he afforded us. Another Soul Crystal. Yes, it makes sense that he would shift his attention to a more easily obtainable gem. After all your progress, you would now make for a most formidable opponent. I must apologize for not sharing my theory earlier. I suspected that Tristan might desire the Soul Crystal you carry, but did not wish to draw any premature conclusions without sufficient evidence. I am at a loss, however, to explain why he seeks to collect more of these Algon relics. We shall just have to ask the villain himself after we corner him in the singing shards. Let us be on our way. I shall fly there in style as the Phoenix. Yay. Kinda sucks that you never actually get to really go in that area, too. Some of these areas would be really cool. I kinda want to see how this place looked before it turned into this mess. It's one of the places I would absolutely love to be in for, Primal Burdens, level 50. It's 12 levels lower. For like some type of 1.0 play. I would like to see the fight that happened that caused it to turn into what it is now. Oh, hello. I have brought you the Soul Crystals as promised. Yes, these appear to be authentic Algon artifacts. Very well, I shall honor our bargain. From within these gems I will draw forth the memories of the ancient summoners and the slumbering essence of an elder primal. All the attendant knowledge and power shall be yours. Ah! Oh gods, the pain. The bumbling summoner and his incompetent lackey make an appearance at last. You think to capture me? Fools, I have orchestrated your every move. You have grown much in the art, that it is true, but through the wisdom of the Paragons, I now command the power of an Elder Primal. You made a deal with the Paragons, and you call us fools? The Ascians will never relinquish their hold on you. Small price to pay. If you could but feel the strength that fills my entire being, it is indescribable. I will use this power to annihilate the beast tribes and put an end to their insufferable rituals once and for all. The primals will rise no more. Hear me, demon king of devouring flame. Feed on my ever-burning anguish and be reborn. The culmination of my sacred duty is at hand. But first, there is one more soul crystal that must be mine. I will tolerate its wasted potential no longer. All you use is Efrat. Night Flicker, that's an interesting name. I love to toss that swift cast and get that extra effort in like almost immediately after. By all the memories of summoners past, it should have been unstoppable. I will sear the disease of beastmen from the face of the land. Deprived of worshippers, the primal that tempered my weak-willed sibling will wither into oblivion. So, I see my order's records were accurate. Though it was buried deep in the archives, I but recently uncovered a report that described how you slew your own brother. He was corrupted during your ill-fated encounter with Ifrit, was he not? I imagine your superiors in the Immortal Flames thought it a mercy to conceal that inglorious detail. Once the soft-headed fool had been tempered, there was no saving him, and thus I took it upon myself to expunge the stain of embarrassment. But my work is left undone. The primal, no, all primals must suffer for that insult. After I killed my brother, I found myself liberated, my vision clear. No deed was too vile if it promised to add to the power I required. Can you not see? I am the sword of vengeance, and I shall wrest that soul crystal from your blasted corpse. Ah, Sasuke. It's gonna turn and kill you, bro. Or he used too much of his power and just dies. I wonder which struck the first blow to his sanity, the despair at his brother's tempering or the guilt from slaying his own kin. It is ironic to think that discounting the means, our purposes were fundamentally one and the same. Summoner employed the savagery of the primals to conquer the primals themselves. Had Tristan approached us as an ally, we might have found ourselves aiding his cause. Alas, he chose to walk the path of bloodshed. Each vicious act must have pushed the man deeper into madness until eventually the lust for power and vengeance was all that drove him. The might of the primals carries with it a burden of responsibility and a measure of danger. I hope never to see you corrupted by the potent energies you wield, hero. It is time we return to Apkalu Falls. The Dark Summoner is no more. Actually, I probably won't even get done with the Scholars portion, because it's already 43 minutes in. I'm gonna end up putting away the summoner attire right fast. I'm not exactly a fan of the summoner look. I mean, they incorporate the horn and everything, but it's like, eh. There's only a few of the actual class-specific sets for relic armors that I like. Some of them are a little too overdone. Ohio would love to declare our troubles at an end, but I fear the Ashian with whom Tristan made his bargain is yet afoot. These so-called paragons prey upon men and women who are at their weakest, speaking honeyed words to lead them down the road to destruction. In this manner they seek to plunge the realm of Eorzea into chaos. It is reassuring to know that heroes like you exist to foil their never-ending schemes and foul plots. An outright war against the Ashians looms closer day by day, thus would I have you armor yourself with this last piece of the Evoker's attire. It was discovered at the same dig site whence Tristan seized the soul crystal, and the St. Coinox Fine research is grateful for your actions in bringing the murdered summoner to justice, insisted that you complete your set. One can never be over-prepared when heading the battle against the Paragon. Or heading. Wear it proudly, hero. Speaking of preparations, were you aware of the deeper layer of power hidden within your avatars? A technique exists that allows you to tap into the full potential of your Egi. You must have seen Tristan employing this ability. During the final battle with the Dark Summoner, you would have heard a whisper emanating from the Soul Crystal. Fill your mind now, hero, and you will hear the voices of the ancient summoners instructing you in their greatest achievement. The true power of the Egi will be yours. and Kindle. This concludes the summoner quest for Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest before the dawn. Once you have done so, the next summoner quest will be available from Imitra. Yay. Soul Summoner 1. A fitting tombstone. Hero, you visit me at a most opportune moment, mainly for the fact that we just talked. I have tidings that you of all people should hear. After our last encounter, I presented our findings on the art of summoning to my fellow scholars. Suffice it to say that the response has been enthusiastic. In addition to a flood of offers to assist with my research, I have also been promised a contribution of several rare Alagon tombstones. I imagine that any summoning knowledge within those relics would prove of great benefit to us both. Shall we journey out to Mordona now and pay a visit to Rambros? Yeah, sure. Just give me a second to go empty my bags a little bit. I'm stuck on the chunk on the environment. So I get the recolored summoner set and level 90 item level 90 gear. Those I can turn into company seals, I believe. Not that I really need company seals. Well, I could use them. Not a lot of seals for each piece, but it's something. Actually, I could have just went to the barracks, but oh well. Huh? PlayStation Plus? I think I already got the games for this month. Store in the armoire. Evoker's Horn. Where is the Evoker's Coffer? Summoner's Attire. It's literally just a recolor of the Evoker's Attire. And that stuff is just gonna get tossed. I also don't really use a lot of the class-specific gear due to the fact that it is class-specific in terms of glam. Where if I were to deck this gear out in the Summoner's Attire and go over to like Red Mage, it would look like it's regular clothing. Sadly. I wish they would kind of remove that. 1,000, 2,000. So a little over 2,500. Not too bad. Alright, let's go to Mordona. I like to use glam that can at least go, like, let's say for instance I'm using a tank set. I want to be able to have all these tanks be able to use the same glam. It's going to be a little bit harder because I found my perfect glam for females, but I haven't done that for male yet. So I'm going to need to figure that one out. Alright, let's see what we got. Hero, how do you fare, my friend? As ever, we here at St. Coinox Fine remain firmly entrenched in our efforts to excavate the secrets of the Alagon Empire. The members of Noah must be armed with knowledge if they are truly to pave the way to the future. Hi, I see you're here with the intrepid Dimitra. And might I assume you have come to collect your promised tombstones? Aye, I am most eager to sink my scholar's teeth into something new. Then allow me to feed your fervor. We have uncovered a number of relics which, on cursory inspection, appear to contain detailed methodology for several summoner incantations. Who better than you to decipher their mysteries? Leviathan, Ramu, Shiva. With every new primal that appears, the importance of a thorough study of summoning magics becomes ever more apparent. Speaking of those particular deities, Hero, I am given to understand that you have had a hand in defeating every one of them. Your name features quite prominently in the records we received from the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And as you were present at each of their downfalls, it then follows that your aura was infused with the essences of those primals. Could it be possible that you now have the potential to call forth a new Eggy? By the 12, of course. The most trying of the requisite conditions has already been met. All that remains is to perform the summoning rituals at locations charged with the appropriate elemental energies. Master Ambrose, can you suggest any places in which the etheric balance tips heavily towards either water, lightning, or ice? The singing shards should adequately serve your needs for lightning. The area is alive with a constant discharge of crackling energy. Singing shards it is, then. Let us perform the austerities of lightning and attempt to bring Ramu Eggy into this world. I don't think this is going to work. I don't remember a Ramu Eggy, Leviathan, or Shiva. Although I kind of wish they had done that. Man. Let us begin the austerities of lightning. Concentrate on shifting your etheric energies towards that desired element. I think I might keep that top hat. Huh. I sense nothing. I do not understand. All the conditions have been filled. The summoning ritual has never failed us before. Whatever could we be missing? Well, there is little point in us remaining here if Ramu Eggy will not answer your call. Shall we return to Gridania? I failed. Ah, I have to burn another. Oh, no. Yeah, I'll probably only be able to get done with the summoner. We'll have to do the scholar one and the later one. We're gonna put that there for now. What turns into enkindle? Oh, I guess it automatically does it. Hello, Hero. I scoured my research notes for a hint as to why the summoning failed, but there were no revelations to be found. I am forced to conclude that the cause must lie outside our current understanding of the art. Thus shall I begin studying the tomestones we received from Rambros and hope they contain some heretofore unknown wisdom. Mayhap these new Eggy require a different manner of catalyst. While I delve into this mystery, I suggest you continue practicing your art. We enter an uncharted realm of summoning, and you must be prepared body and spirit. Sorry. Got a little bit of a hiccup going. The next summoner quest will be available for the inventory upon reaching level 52. The requirement for undertaking subsequent quests can be reviewed in your journal. Ooh, a little bit extra XPs. Ooh, what's this? Energy Siphon. Deals unexpected damage with potency of 100 to target all enemies near it. Aether Flow. Further Ruin. Shares a recast time with Energy Drain. So I'll be using that as my AoE version of it. Greetings, Hero. Since we last met, the arduous task of deciphering these tomestones has occupied my every waking moment. I have made significant progress, but the cause of the ritual's failure yet eludes me. I am somewhat heartened, however, by my discovery of a number of new incantations. In fact, there is one such spell which I believe you could soon master with a minimum of instruct... Huh? Pray forgive my interruption. You are the leaders of the research effort on summoning magics, yes? I am Captain Dancing Wolf of the Immortal Flames. It is fortunate that I find you together, as I have questions for you both. And what would the Immortal Flames want with us, Captain Wolf? Does Uldan's military have some vested interest in the activities of summoners? Just one summoner in particular, madam. We seek a man by the name of Tristan. And you do know him. I've read reports that you had been in pursuit of our former soldier, but I always like to have confirmation on our intelligence. The Immortal Flames has its own reasons for wanting Tristan found. If you have any idea of his whereabouts, then I must know what you know. Oh, he's supposedly dead. So Tristan matched his summoning magics against yours and was ultimately consumed in fire, and you are certain he perished. Have we given any reason to suspect otherwise? I do not doubt the veracity of your tale, but there has been an incident. A merchant caravan is recently attacked by a man who, by the description given, closely resembles Tristan in appearance. Should we allow the crime of a former Immortal Flame to go unanswered, then the integrity of the entire organization would be called into question. I will find him and see that justice is served. We looked on as Tristan was engulfed in flames, not remained, not even a charred corpse, and we believed him utterly consumed. Could he have somehow survived that inferno? If he is alive, then we have unwittingly permitted the escape of a known pawn of the Paragons. Captain Wolf, you must allow us to accompany you on your investigation. Your combined expertise in the summoning arts is most welcome, Lady Imitra. The attack occurred on one of the roads out of Camp Drybone. Join me at the settlement proper, and we can continue the search for witnesses. Camp Drybone it is. Another place you know, I just wasn't a fan of the whole Thanalin area. Ymitra, hero. As we are now cooperating on this investigation, I see no reason not to trust you with some of its duties. Let's split up and find out what these merchants know. Yay, cool. Gumshoe work. Ermigerd! A friend of mine survived the assault, said he even caught a glimpse of the villain's twisted face. I'm certain he would tell you more had he not left camp the moment his injuries were bound. Aye, now that you mention it, they did just cart in the body of a merchant. Such things are hardly noteworthy around here, though. As such, I failed to take notes. This person up top. Nope. They're down. Probably in here. The attack out on the road. I hear the man who did it was swathed in a robe that was black as midnight. One of Ifrit's tempered, I should think. Or a shade. So we have one merchant left alive to tell the tale. According to my inquiries, our intrepid trader will likely be en route to Highbridge. We may yet catch him on the road if we are swift. Flying in style. Actually? Oh, I don't have it yet. Dang it. Ah, Pain Flare, I love it. I heard Amal's war cries. Are you unhurt, sir? Yes, thank you. Well, aside from the injuries I sustained from a previous incident, I suppose. First the caravan and now this. Must thou be so eager to usher me into his hall? It is concerning the assault on your caravan that we endeavored to seek you out, sir. Is there aught you could tell us of the attacker? Aye, I should be glad to see him brought to justice. Though I did not see his face in any great detail, concealed as it was in the depths of a black cowl, I did glimpse a lock of silvery hair. By his stature, I marked him of Huron stock, and by his fiery servant, a hell-spawn demon in disguise. Fiery servant. Thal's balls, that's the one. Where did you people find those things? The villain was in command of Ifrit Egri then, and we know the affinity Tristan has for primal flame. All the evidence points towards our man. Thank you for your cooperation, sir. You have been of great help to our investigation. I'll think nothing of it. Consider it poor recompense for my rescue at the hands of this gallant adventurer. I must report these developments to my superiors at the Hall of Flames. Pray join me in Old if there is more I would discuss with you. Oh, man. Alright. So... Nope, I'm actually right here. Where I need to be. Whew. You know Tristan's older brother, Kahedin. Both were soldiers in service to the Immortal Flames. Both were soldiers under my command. Our unit was one of many deployed in the mission to destroy the Primal Ifrit, an operation that succeeded at a staggering cost. Those who were not incinerated were tempered, with Kahedin suffering the latter fate. As you well know, a Primal's power is fueled by the faith of its thralls, and the greatest mercy that we can grant such unfortunates is a swift journey to Thal's hallowed halls. Tristan volunteered to end the cursed existence of his own brother. He returned to Ul'dah with Kahedin's blood on his blade, and I watched helpless as the guilt slowly strangled the life in his eyes. No words of comfort could reach him, and when he at last quit the flames, he was the husk of the man he once was. Never did I imagine his grief-maddened mind would drive him to such desperate evils. Tristan was my soldier, and it is my responsibility to stop him. Thanks to your aid, we have mounting proof that he is still out there. When we are ready, we shall make our move. We are content to follow your lead in this, Captain Wolf, and we should certainly be fully prepared if we were to meet the Dark Summoner in battle. If we are to meet the Dark Summoner in battle. To that end, hero, I would teach you one of the incantations I gleaned from those repositories of Allagan wisdom. 'Tis a spell of damaging magic employed in combat by the summoners of Eld. Let us call upon Captain Wolf again once you have mastered its use. It would not do to engage Tristan while stumbling over unfamiliar magics. Ruin 3? Ooh. A minor negotiation. Ha. Auspicious timing, hero. There has been news, and none of it good. Our soldiers in Central Thanalan have reported another attack. I looked over the notes for the initial investigation, and it would seem Tristan, or someone who looks very much like him, has struck again. I'll have one of my men contact Dimitro with the details, but I suggest we head out to the Nanawa mines immediately and question one of the surviving victims. You know, being a reactionary to something like this is not very useful. We need to be proactive. Basically, just following the corpse breadcrumb trail. I think it was Central Thanalan they were talking about. It'd be nice to find some A ranks out here that I can go ahead and go splat for some extras. Seals. Ah, they haven't been unlocked yet. I haven't gotten bicolor gems yet. I need to start collecting those. Bicolor gems would be really nice. Start courting. What do you mean, more questions? I've spilled me tale to 3 different soldiers already. Me work gets further and further behind every time I gotta stop and talk to you folk. Here's an idea, though. How about you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours? That big lad in the uniform there looks like he could lift some good-sized rocks. And what about you, lad? You some sort of mage? We've had some trouble with the local spriggans swiping our fire silver, and you're just the bloke to get it back. That stuff's as rare as chocobo teeth, you know. Now, just a moment, sir. We don't have the time for these distractions. Then maybe I don't got the time to talk to you. Not until there's a little give with your take. I fear he means to be stubborn about this, hero. Please humor the man and retrieve his precious ore from the Spriggans. Make fucking haste. God, look how quickly I did damage to this thing. Lefty! My naked buddy. When I find an actual barding for you, I'll have it set. Ooh. Nice. You got roughed up. Ah, Lefty's back again. Oh, there's the other scratchings. Oh man, the damage feels so nice. I love it. Find them Spriggans, lad. What about me fire silver? Ruby silvers. Rare grayish red minerals often found near veins of regular silver. For every 100 pounces of silver a miner excavates, however, she will be lucky to find even a pounce of fire silver. Oh ho, you got the whole lot back. Much appreciated. My apologies. My studies took rather longer than I... Captain Wolf, was everything alright? Everything's fine. Now let's hear your story, sir. I reckon you've earned it. Well, he was in the mine loading the carts with our haul for the day when this bloke in robes appears. Doesn't say a word. The bastard just snaps his fingers and sets his pet demon to lighting me mates on fire. Hey, Fredeggy, hero, if you would be so kind... Bloody hell, that's the fiend I saw. 'Tis as we feared then, and this robe-clad man, do you have any idea why he attacked you? Well, lass, there's more than silver to be had from Nanawa. On a good day, we dig up our fair share of crystals as well. That seems to be what he was after. I'm not ashamed to say that I fled for me life once the folks started going up in flames, but when I went back to sort out the mess, the cart that we had, what had the crystals in it was empty. He took them all. Aye, every single one, and that's all I've got to say about that. I hope you catch the bastard. Oh, I need to blow my nose, sorry. Nose is bugging me. Crystals. There was a crate of crystals on the list of goods stolen from that caravan. He must have taken everything else to conceal his intent. Our quarry grows careless or simply impatient. It is time to re-examine certain other incidents that we did not think related to this case. Meet me at the Hall of Flames and we shall discuss the matter further. I can imagine only one reason why a man such as Tristan would seek to acquire a wealth of crystals. Come, hero. Let us not keep Captain Wolf waiting. Seems like someone's been tempered by his, onegi. What level was this one? 54? Not too bad. So 56, 58, 60. You got 3 more missions. Oh yeah, we'll be able to get into the Scholar one. I just won't finish it, sadly. It's good to break into it, though. I got quite a bit of abilities. Yay. This will help me flesh out my skills to pay the bills. Oops, my book expired. I've really been neglecting those, oh, I could do the weekly books to get my levels up. Oh, been wasting that. Gotta start doing that more. I inspected our incident records, paying close attention to cargo manifests that included crystals. We had attributed several recent raids to the Amalja, but the victims were every one of them burned to death. Not entirely impossible considering the lizardman's affinity for fire, but to find not a single arrow or spear wound. Aye, 'tis highly unlikely. Mayhap I should state aloud what we are all thinking. Judging by the sheer number of crystals involved, we must assume that this villain intends to call forth a primal. After my encounter with Ifrit, I learned just how devastatingly powerful these entities can be, and I believe that summoners with their ability to harness such power hold the potential to achieve great things. But if Tristan truly is mad enough to summon a primal, then that unthinkable act, and the bloody deeds he performed in preparation for it, will cause people to question the motives of all who practice the summoner's art. My studies of the tombstones revealed to me a tale of adulation. The summoners of Alag were revered as heroes for their part in defeating the ancient primals. But reverence solely turned to revulsion as practitioners, intoxicated by their own immense power, began wielding the art of summoning as a means to further their own selfish ambitions. That is not to say, of course, that all summoners chose to become tyrants. Amongst the common people, however, it became a strongly held superstition that those who meddled in the powers of primals ultimately fell into the embrace of evil. The superstition blossomed into outright terror, and that is when the mage hunters began. By the end of the Third Astral Era, the last of the summoners had vanished from the stage of history. Should we allow Tristan to go through with his plans, then we risk a repeat of that tragedy. I'm going to review the state of patrols on the crystal trade routes. We will catch him. Hero, before I joined you at the Nanawa Mines, I was able to recover another incantation that may prove useful in the coming days. Build its power wisely. Sweet. Mad Bad the Ebon-clad. Greetings, hero. I hope you are prepared to take action. Ever since we increased our presence on the trade routes, our Black-Red villain has ceased his attacks. Now it is our turn to go on the offensive. With the blessings of my superiors, I have arranged for our lightly guarded shipment of crystals with which we will lure Tristan into an ambush. And I want you there when we spring the trap. I've already sent word to Yamitra, and she will be meeting us in Camp Blue Fog. Let us bring an end to this, hero. Yep, 56. Oh, wait. Camp Blue Fog. Interesting garb that this character had. Hero, you're here. Good. Our crystal couriers have just left camp. The plan is simple. The caravan will head towards the processing plant, but conveniently break an axle before reaching the east watchtower. We three will take up separate positions nearby and wait for Tristan to take the bait. I've had the driver complaining long and loudly about the lack of a suitable escort for his precious cargo, so we can be reasonably sure that an attack will come. I trust you need no further explanations. Head to your assigned position and do your best to keep out of sight. I wonder if Dalvag's final flame is up. Usually that A rank is usually floating around. Using usually too much. I'm gonna do a quick little reconnoiter. I don't want to deal with a fate. I want to deal with an A rank. I want to absolutely spank an A rank and get it done with. Twin-tongued Addison. I think that one starts a rare fate. That's a tiered fate as well. I'm gonna have to eat after this stream. Hungry. I think I'm gonna get me some pasta. Might have to run to the store though, because I need some more Parmesan. Well, crap baskets. It looks like not up. Oh well. Probably had someone come over here and kill it recently. Would have been an easy amount of, or not easy, but it would have been semi-decent, easily. Amounts of, what is this? The ultimate ballad. Ah. Alright, where is my caravan? Would have been a somewhat easy little bit of seals. Would have got me at least 20, I think it's 20 per A rank kill. $28th rate tickets worth, which is nothing to gawk at. Ah, it burns, it burns. Oh, oh man, I'm wrecking your face. Talk to me, soldier. I'll live, Captain. He popped right out of thin air, took me by surprise. The same happened to me. Another man in dark robes stepped through some manner of portal and assailed me with spells. My position also came under attack, an underling judging by the ease with which I dispatched him, but I've never before seen such teleportation magics. No, it cannot be. You know this man, Captain Wolf? This is Cahaden, Tristan's brother, but how? He was tempered, slain. And now both siblings have disappointed me. Should exercise more care in choosing my pawns. An Ascian, that voice. You were the one who taught Tristan the art of summoning. Have you come to inflict yet more misery upon the world? Tristan? Yes, that was the other's name. I had hoped to groom him, granted him the knowledge of Alag's mages that he might unleash his wrath against the primals. Alas, he was all too easily vanquished. No matter, the Bringer of Light has proven a more than adequate replacement for my failed Godslayer. With every primal you kill, the beastman's fervor grows ever hotter. We need but supply the tribes with crystals and watch as they summon ever more terrible deities. When the confluence of chaos reaches its peak, the world shall be swallowed in darkness. Our master shall rise again. He's gone. And we should be gone as well. I shall see to my soldier is treated for his wounds, and then await you outside the Hall of Flames. Oh, I actually think I've gotten a newfound respect for paladins. Due to the fact that your rotation actively heals you now. So I might play paladin again. Not to mention the fact that the Lux weapon for paladin is one of my favorite looking weapons in the game. I believe some reassessment is in order. We now know that the Black-Robed Menace we thought to be Tristan was actually his brother Cahaden, a reanimated puppet under the control of an Ascian. Both brothers were present at Ifrit's defeat, so Cahaden's aura too would have been stained with the Primal's essence, which, if I understand correctly, would explain his ability to command the Eggy. But for that Ascian to raise the lad's corpse and press him in the surface as his pet summoner, I shall see the Blackguard suffer for his cruel depravity. Aye, the Paragon has many crimes for which he must answer, but we must move with great caution. The power of these immortals is not to be underestimated. I will return to Gridania and redouble my efforts to decipher the remaining tomestones. We cannot face an Ascian unprepared. I didn't even get a thing out of it. Dreadworm Trance. Oh, yes! Yes, I could have tranced all night. Ah, hero, if you've come for word on the Ascian, I fear I have little progress to report. We did, however, hold a service for Cahaden. I assembled the soldiers from his old unit, and together we conveyed his remains to the priests of Thal. As for Thanalin's trade routes, there is still the odd raid by bandits or beastmen, but not that involves men in black robes. I must confess I am at a loss for how we might track our foe. Now, have you spoken with the Amitra? I believe she had new findings to share with you. This is what, level 58? Yep. This is where I get the good stuff. Hee Dreadworm Trance. Yeah. This is where the boom starts coming in. Pardon me. Hero, there you are. We have much to discuss. I have been engrossed in my studies, you see, seeking every advantage for our inevitable clash with the Ascian. And as I struggled to unravel the ancient knowledge of the tomestones, I unlocked a good many mysteries, including the reason why you were unable to call forth Ramuh Eggy. When you summon an avatar, you draw upon your body's reservoir of aether to grant life and form to what is known as an arcane entity. That much we already knew. I had, however, overlooked the simple fact that our etheric reserves are finite. Thus, the magnitude of Eggy that you are able to summon is limited by the extent of your own life force. Simply put, if the Eggy is too powerful, then the summoning fails. But do not despair. The summoners of Alag devised a method by which one might circumvent this intrinsic limitation. Rather than attempt to summon a separate physical manifestation of certain Eggy, the most accomplished mages discovered that far less aether was required to infuse themselves with the essence of a primal's power. A technique by which a summoner would achieve this heightened state was known as a trance. What say you, hero? Shall we see if you can master this method? It may even allow you to contend with a paragon, but not if the essence is of an ordinary primal. Nay, we must set our sights on the most potent entity, the most fierce. I speak of the elder primal Bahamut. On the day of the calamity, the dragon vanished in an explosion so massive that his aether was carried to the far corners of Eorzea. You, among many others, have already been touched by his essence. All that remains is to perform the meditative ritual in a place steeped in Bahamut's energies, and you should be able to enter the trance of the Dreadworm. As for setting foot within the only suitable location, I believe Captain Wolf can assist us. Shall we pay him a visit? Is it cart now? Remembering the past. Ymitra's here is certainly not one to do things by half. She petitioned me to help gain entry to the aether-soaked wasteland of the Cartnow Flats. The Flats are disputed territory jointly administered by the three-member nations of the Eorzean Alliance, and attempting their full admittance to the area is a bureaucratic nightmare. As matters stand, I was only able to secure permission to visit the Immortal Flames airship landing. If we wish to enter the Flats proper, we would have to do so under the cover of night. Prepare yourself for a tense journey, then make your way to the landing near here in Ul'dah. I have one of our elite flyers standing by. We're gonna rip it up, rip it up. I'll fly you to the front door of the Flats, but that's as far as you're authorized to go. Stay on the landing or face the consequences. Oh, I'm only 2 levels weakened. Sweet. Oh, this looks familiar. It's the PvP zone. So this is what became of the Cartnow Flats. Never before have I sensed such tainted ether. Let us not linger long here. Turn your mind now to Bahamut's terrible majesty. Allow his power to seep into your very being. It's not working. Nothing. We may need to deepen your meditations. Do you truly attempt to harness the might of Bahamut? The essence of the Elder Primal shall tear your mortal frame asunder. Chaos rises in the presence of power, but you, bringer of light, can be allowed to shine no brighter. Come and be doused in the endless waters of the 12th chalice. Oh, lingering ether. Am I supposed to stand in it? Guess not. More lingering ether. I wasted that. Oh well. Come on. Megiddo Flame. Oops, nope, not standing in that. I gotta do this for all these, I bet. So I gotta do it like 2 more times. Getting closer. Had to have some fun. Huh, I did not anticipate this. You should not have been able to complete the meditations under such duress. But I shall not underestimate you again. Our next meeting shall be our last, bringer of light. We did it. We faced a paragon and lived. And it's all thanks to you, hero. You and the towering might of Bahamut that you now command. I didn't even get to use it. Alright, despite the Ashian's interference, we achieved what we came here for, but I'm afraid this is not the place to celebrate. Let us return to the landing before the dawn's light finds us in forbidden territory. So basically what happened was is we went from the first 3, and then we skipped the next bunch and went straight to the top. So we're gonna go from Garuda and we're gonna jump straight to Bahamut. It's gonna be great. So I'm gonna have to move stuff. I might end up swapping energy drain and putting it to the bottom button. And then take energy siphon and move that down too. We'll see how it goes. We have reason to rejoice, my friends. It would seem our clandestine adventure went unnoticed by my superiors. And more importantly, we seized the upper hand in a battle against an Ascian. The trance did appear most effective against our immortal foe. For such a hurried night's work, we managed to reap quite a harvest indeed. Aye, but it is a pity the bastard fled when he did. I would have liked to have settled the score then and there. 'Twas for the best, Captain Wolf. If we would truly defeat the Ashen, then we must be prepared to destroy him utterly, body and soul. Ah, here we go. Give me the goods. Yes. Dreadworm trans. Ooh, astral flow. That's a lot of XP. Collar's attire. Ooh, a flair for the dramatic. Yeah. I love the puns they do for the quest names. Hero was about to send for you. Ymitra should be here any moment. Perfect timing. Ah, wonderful. We're all here. I have been pondering some metaphysical theories and would discuss my conclusions with both of you. Ever since our battle on the flats, the memory of our adversary fleeing the field has been preying upon my mind. According to the science and their research, the Paragons are effectively immortal. They are said to be ethereal entities with no physical form of their own, instead of possessing mortal host after mortal host in an endless procession down the ages. But once Hero had acquired the Dreadworm trance, the haste with which the Ashian were ruled did not seem to me the action of a being who harbors no fear of death. Thus do I pose the question, could it be that the 12th Chalice and his black masked brethren are not as practiced in the art of possession as their red-veiled masters? At the time of the battle, our bodies were the only available hosts nearby. Assuming that he also lacks his superior's facility to flee to the space betwixt worlds, I suspect that our foe's sudden cowardice stemmed from an inability to force a soul into our living vessels. That would explain much, including the reason why he chose the deceased Cahaden to serve as his puppet. Aye, I believe the theory is sound. Shall we put it to the test? If we were able to lure the 12th Chalice to a location devoid of potential hosts, then we might succeed in destroying him for good. Then what are we waiting for? We must begin devising a plan to draw the villain from hiding. Not so fast, Captain Wolf. We must first obtain the means by which we can ensure the Ashen's demise. A mighty coup de grace delivered before he has the chance to retreat. Hero, there is a passage within the last tombstone that describes how the power of a trance can be unleashed in a single devastating blast. Wow. The technique itself, however, was not explained. According to my research, it can only be learned from a forbidden book found on the shelves of the Great Google Library. To reach the library will require a long and perilous journey over Abalathia's spine and into the wilds of the Javanian hinterlands, but I believe we three are up to the task. I don't know what happened there, but I had some weird constant loop of stutter. I hardly get those, and that's kind of scary. Shall we be on our way, then? The key to defeating the 12th Chalice will soon be within our grasp. Onwards to the library once more. So I need to go to Idleshire. While I'm there, I might as well go pick up a new book. Let me check and see. 1500. Eesh. Hey, Lefty. Welcome back. I need to change your plumage, too. I don't know what color I should make them. I usually make my Chocobo Dalamud red, because I absolutely loved red Chocobos back in Tactics. The Chocobo Meteor was amaze sauce. Alright, I got my new journal. What's my journal say I gotta do? 1 to 49, 50, 51 to 59, 60s, Treasure Dungeons, Arm of the Father, Void Arc, Labyrinth, Binding Coil, Howling Eye. Ooh, it's a lot of extremes. Eek. Once you get to a certain point when you can do the base extremes easily, the books become very quickly filled out. I don't think I'm strong enough yet. Oh, I can't wait to use Dreadworm Trance. It's so fun. It's very flashy, too. Looks like there's a thing over there. There is. Triple triad match. Huh. I don't have time for that. I must get back to my austerities. We have an Ascian to squish. A flair for the dramatic. Oh man. Yawns. Now that we are all arrived, we can enter the library and begin our search for this forbidden tome. You have strayed far from the safety of your cities, foolish mortals. Whatever could you be planning? Again, always he arrives at the worst possible moment. Tis no coincidence, I fear, and this time he leaves not to chance. Twas amusing at first to watch you stumble like clumsy children, but too insistent is your babbling. Those who do not dance upon our palms shall be crushed within our fist. No more shall we endure your blinding effulgence. There can be no rival to the encroaching darkness. You have earned the ire of La Habrea's most loyal servants. Did you imagine the battle ended with our master's defeat? Stand now, bringer of light, and suffer the pain of our retribution. Would it not be wiser to retreat and seek the tome another day? They mean to afford us no such opportunity, my dear captain. Either we stand and fight, or we die. Yes, let's do it. Oh, this isn't as good as I thought it was. Something has to do with that. Down for the count. So right now I can only summon the head of Bahamut. How? We were raised unto greatness by La Habre himself. You defeated my master, bringer of light. Mayhap it is meet that your strength was beyond us, but the day will come. You'll not escape us this time, Ascian. Now, hero, unleash your power. Oh, I mastered the floaty body. It is done. The Paragon is no more. That was a lesser Paragon, by the way, because they had a black mask. A most impressive spell, hero. But when did you learn how to cast it? Did we not first require the library's tome? My apologies, Captain. But in order to deceive one's enemies, 'tis best to begin with one's friends. There was never any such book. All that hero truly required was the catalyst of battle to focus its energies. I knew that once the Ascian observed us traveling towards his library, he would assume we sought some long-buried wisdom. He could not risk leaving Hero free to gain even greater power. And so this entire journey was a feint, a trap to lure him into the wilds. Well, you certainly had me fooled. Remind me never to cross wits with you, Mitra. It's all fine and dandy as long as an Ascian dies. Together we have achieved something for which few people can boast. The defeat of an Ascian. Never could I have accomplished this feat alone. Thanks to your actions, Tristan's case can also be put to rest. Long have I been haunted by the horrors of that Ifrit mission, but at last I feel a measure of peace. I will return to Ul'dah and have a gravestone for Tristan laid beside his brothers. We may not have his bones, but it will be a place where the survivors from his unit can pay respects to the man he once was. I bid you farewell, my friends, and may we meet again under happier circumstances. I too would extend to you my gratitude, hero. In addition to untold slaughter, you have prevented summoning's tragic history from repeating itself in a new age. We must take greater precautions against this ancient art falling into the wrong hands. I will work alongside my colleagues in the Suns to be sure that the spread of summoning is closely monitored. If only we could uncover a lasting solution to the primal predicament. There must be a way to break this self-perpetuating cycle of meeting force with force. As for myself, I shall continue my research in the primals and summoning and offer the Scions whatever support I am able. I am certain our paths shall cross again, hero. Yes, give me this. Astral Flow. This concludes the summoner quest for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest, The Far Edge of Fate. Once you have done so, the next summoner quest will be available from Miyamitra. Soul Summoner 2. The collar's attire is reminiscent of Rydia, in a way. Slightly. See, I would love to have that as like a crown for all classes, but nope. You can only wear it as a summoner. Sucks. So we got to level 60, so we can't do any more of those quests. But we can repair these. Yay. Alright, so Scholar is this one. Ah! So we get to wear a Christmas outfit for a little bit this stream. We need to go to Limsa. Not gonna lie, this is kind of one of my least favorite classes is the Scholar. The storyline's nice, I just don't like the way the Scholar plays too much. The Last Remnants. Sucker. I needed this spell, oh my god. Ah, Hero, I was hoping you might come along. Deciphering the treatise has proven more difficult than I anticipated, but I have nevertheless made progress. It contains a wealth of military knowledge, much of which detailed the role of scholars in Nymean units. Apparently, a single scholar could provide effective support for an entire party of marauders. They would employ their magics to heal the wounds and enhance the abilities of their allies. Moreover, they often served in leadership roles, as they were highly trained tacticians. But how swiftly the remembrance of all things is buried in the gulf of eternity. The treatise indicates that Nymean scholars wielded a far more diverse repertoire of spells than you currently possess. Precisely why you lack these spells, I cannot say. However, the fault may lie with your fairy. One could surmise the knowledge contained within the soul of the scholar is essentially hers. Therefore, if she cannot remember the ancient magics, it would suggest that... A thought occurs to me. If it is indeed the case of the fairy... that the fairy, having been sealed for 1,500 years, has yet to fully regain her senses, mayhap visiting a familiar location would hasten the process. And I can think of no more familiar place than the city of Nim, rather what remains of it in outer Lanosha. Let's go over there right fast so I can at least get Succor. Because I need Succor for whenever I am doing my duty roles as healer. Because I've been stuck doing singular heals. And oh my god, is it an ordeal. It's doable, just a pain in the arse. Pat pat, pat 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 pat. The fairy strains to remember. Don't strain too hard, you might smell burning rubber. I would love to have this music. I need to figure out where some of this music is, like these pieces. Because I would love it for my house. It's up top, isn't it? Yep. No. I at least want to get Succor before the stream ends. Next stream we'll be working on Scholar. There's an S rank in Upper Lanosha. It'll probably be dead by the time I get to it. We're going to extend our stay for a little bit longer. If I can get to them in time, that will give me a decent amount of tombstone. Not tombstones, but seals. They are over yond way. Don't attack it yet, please. These burn super duper fast when they start getting pulled. Oh, it's a Catablopos. Or a basilisk. What's his name? Nandi. Santa gonna knock you out. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to go back to Limsa, and we're going to knock out the sucker spell, and then that'll be the end of the stream. We're just waiting for someone to pop it. Once they pop it, I'm rushing in, and I'm absolutely going ham. It is a common courtesy to wait. Ooh, someone's got the Lux for the Dark Knight weapon, which is another favorite. The Dark Knight Lux weapon is actually pretty sweet looking. And I might work on that one. Still haven't really found an axe that I like. This is probably the one I like the most. There's kind of either too much or not enough. Oh, here we go. Oh, look how fast you burn. Nope. And he's dead. I got 50 Centurio seals and 100 Allied seals. Technically, that's like 30 Aetheryte tickets. That's not bad. Welcome back, hero. I gather the experiment met with success. Then this strongly suggests that each fairy is a distinct individual with her own thoughts, feelings, and memories. Well, I must redouble my efforts to translate the remaining text. At this rate, your discoveries threaten to overshadow mine. Not to bemoan your accomplishments, but I have yet to decipher any equally amazing stratagems. Soon enough, though, soon enough. Thank you for this. Yay, I have Sucker now. We'll pick the next one up. The consequences of anger. How curious that you always come at the most opportune time, hero. 'Tis divine providence, almost. Doubly so, since we have both been blessed with a chance to refine our respective arts. You see, in your absence, I have been studying a section of the Nemean Treatise detailing marauder fighting techniques. The fundamentals do not differ much from the modern methods, but there are slight variations in footwork and grip, as well as the distinctions between the various ranges, and the attacks best employed when... Forgive me, I lost sight of the more pertinent point. Nemean scholars and marauders fought side by side, yes? Well, now you and I have an opportunity to do the same. A Tomberry has been spotted in Bronze Lake, and the Marauders Guild has been asked to dispatch it. Since Tomberries dwell within the Wanderer's Palace, an ancient Nemean temple recently discovered in the wake of the Calamity, there is a strong possibility that the creatures have resided there since before the fall of Nim. You follow my reasoning, hero. These malevolent creatures may have overrun the temple and claimed it for their own at the height of Nymean civilization. They may have posed a major threat to the ancient people, even. If so, then surely facing one in battle would rekindle the memories of your fairy. Even if I am mistaken, the Tonberry poses a threat to the locals. Moreover, I would very much like to put my newly learned Nymean techniques to the test, so we will rendezvous outside the Wanderer's Palace, yes? I haven't even been inside the Wanderer's Palace yet. I don't even think I fully unlocked it. But anyways, 2 hours has been met. Thank you all for watching. This has been part 116 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button. Subscribe to my channel if not a subscriber. Keep up the content. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay. No spoilers, please. And in the next video, we're going to continue with the Scholar storyline. Catch you then. Later. Whoops. Nope.